Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Cartagena. So it's been a year since I did my original videos for Cartagena. What do I think of it? Do I still like it? Have I even played it? I'm glad you asked. Unlike a lot of games that have been coming through recently, I have played Cartagena. I've played it 3 times since I did my original videos. And I still like it. The whole idea of the game is there's little pictures on the board and you play a card and move apart from the cell to the first one of that picture. And so if you can play a whole bunch of the same pictured cards, that's going to enable you to jump over other pirates to get there. And so I found, at least at the beginning of the game, going later in turn order is actually of higher benefit to you because there's a very high likelihood that pictures that you have in your hand will already be covered. So you can jump a vast way down the hallway or down the dungeon. This version of Cartagena has the the second version in it. It's like there's a few different things in there that you can play with. And I found that on the first time I played with a large group playing the full version, which has the dungeon and then there's a boat and then there's an island, I misunderstood one of the rules. I think I've talked about this before, but I may not have. So I'll go into it a little bit. There's a ruling of a maximum of 2 or 3 pirates to be on the boat at any one time. And I read that as full stop. That's how many can fit on the boat. But it's actually 2 or 3, I can't remember the exact number, I do apologize, but 2 or 3 from each color on the boat at one time. And so that changed vastly the ability to get from point A to point B, because what I had when it was only 2 or 3 was that one person was taking the boat across with a full boat of their color, dropping off 1 or 2, bringing it back and getting another couple of guys in there before anyone else could get onto the boat. And so there was this kind of bottleneck happening. But that doesn't happen in the rules. Yes, there's rulings on how to move the boat from one point to the other, and if you can get a movement for free, then all power to you. And this is actually what the game comes down to, is how can I manipulate the board, manipulate the stuff to move me as far forward as possible without leaving space for everyone else to do the same. So if you're covering up, say, the bottles, for example, and you've managed to cover every one up to the last one and you play a bottle, is it worthwhile taking the last guy on the bottle to there, or is it worthwhile taking a guy out of the cell to there? Because if you take that from the cell to there, then if someone else plays a bottle that might get further down, they could jump over your entire lot, which is why it's better sometimes to go later in the turn order. Whereas if you take the last one, they play that same icon, they've got to go to that spot that you have just left. And so there's a real push-pull on, is it better to move these guys out of the way so others can't use that lineup, or is it better to leave these guys there because I'm going to be able to use them again next turn? And that's kind of the game, just thinking through which way to do that and what's the best way. Do I take one pirate to the end and then worry about the next one, or do I try to overlap them? And overlapping or piggybacking or jumping over, I can't remember what the word is, the ones that you've already got is actually the right way to play this game, as far as I've seen. If you wish to win, if to just play it, it doesn't really matter. But that's kind of the key to this game, is it shouldn't sit on the table for that long that it matters too much. It is a quick game to start the night out with. And I'll leave it with that. Have a look at my original Gamesplanning Gamesplanation to get a feel for how the game actually plays and what I'm talking about. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.